What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I wanted to go over the top 5 guns in Call of Duty World War II that benefit the most from iron sights on variants. For many of the guns in the game, the base iron sights aren't very good, but then you get one of those variants, and it completely changes how you view that weapon, because the iron sights just look that much better. Now keep in mind with this video, obviously some of this is going to be just personal preference. It's going to be based on my opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree with me. And of course, let me know in the comment section below if there's any of these that you feel I missed and you would like to add. Also keep in mind, I don't have access to every single variant in the game right now. Having said that, I've been doing research online, looking up videos and things like that to see what the iron sights look like. And also, I do have access to 2 different accounts, and on both of these accounts, we have a wide variety of variants. So I was able to find the top 5 weapons that I feel improve significantly when you have a variant equipped. So first up, let's start it off with the M1941 Johnson. The iron sights on this are a little bit strange. They're not overly obstructive. They don't really cover much of the screen, but the rear sight on it, that ring that you have, I feel like can often be a little bit too obstructive, especially with the recoil of this weapon, because it often kicks very strong vertically, and that ring can sometimes get in the way. Personally, my favorite variant to use with this weapon is the Cook variant. As you can see here, the Cook variant doesn't have a ring around the top. It's a bit more obstructive on the bottom end, but since this has that vertical recoil, I feel like it compensates for that very well. So you can put the top of your foresight a little bit low on your target, and then you can walk it up your target, and that whole time you're able to see your target and there's no ring obstructing it. Next up, we have the PPSH. Now, admittedly, the base PPSH I feel like has great iron sights. There's nothing wrong with the iron sights on the base PPSH. I just think you can do a little bit better with variants, and there's actually 2 different variants that I feel are slightly better. First up, the Snake variant. Now, the Snake variant here, the thing I like about this is it has the 2 posts on the rear sight that kind of frame your target without obstructing your target, and I just feel like that helps me stay on target. It's more of a personal preference thing. I do realize that technically it is a bit more obstructive, but I do like the Snake variant when it comes to the iron sights. Even better than the Snake variant, though, I feel is the Duck Soup variant. The iron sights on this one are great in my opinion. They're not obstructive at all, and they just seem to work. I've seen a lot of people just insisting that this variant has less recoil than the standard PPSH. This isn't true, but I think it's due to the fact that they just really like the iron sights on it, and I can't blame them for it. Moving on to number 3, this is the grease gun with either the Candy or the Brandy variant. They both basically have the exact same style of iron sights. And personally, for me, the standard iron sights that you get on the base grease gun, I don't like them at all. I often find myself running some sort of an optic just because I don't like that, but I finally got the Brandy variant, and now the iron sights are great. I've got no issues at all with the iron sights. I feel like the grease gun improves significantly with either the Candy or the Brandy variant. Getting into number 4, this is the Lewis with literally any variant. With the base Lewis, you can see the rear sight kind of gets in the way. It's pretty obstructive, it's pretty large, it takes up a good portion of your screen, and then you also have the foresight, which is a great foresight. With any one of the Lewis variants that are currently available in the game, at least that I know of, all that happens is the rear sight gets eliminated, and now you just have the front sight, and this is an excellent iron sight. All you have is that little post, you put that post on your enemy, you pull the trigger, and you get the kill. No added obstruction there, so it doesn't really matter what variant you have with the Lewis. If you have a variant with it, make sure you're using it. And finally, I would say the biggest improvement and one of my favorite ones to use is going to be with the MP40. The MP40's iron sights, they're not terrible by any means, but they do have that little bit of a ring around it, and they're improved so much by the Wunderwaffe variant as well as the Son of Mars variant. I would say both of these are great. I slightly prefer the Son of Mars iron sights, but the Wunderwaffe are great iron sights as well. Either way, you can definitely improve the MP40, and I picked one of these variants up, I found myself actually playing better with the different iron sights than I did with the standard iron sights with the MP40. So if you have access to one of those variants, make sure you're using those as well. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. I'd like to know in the comment section below, like I said earlier, what would you add to this list? What did I miss? Also, are there any iron sights that I put on this list that you personally disagree with? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.